So I'm go ahead and get started. My name is Regina Cross, and I am the director of the Spartan Pathways Travel Program. And I'm happy you're able to join us today to learn a little bit about your upcoming cruise. All right, just a little bit of housekeeping. If you could stay muted throughout the presentation, that would be helpful. If you do have questions, you can add them to the chat feature, and we'll address them at the Q&A portion of the presentation. Or yeah, and so at the end we'll address your questions. We do have, if you haven't already joined our Bright Crowd online directory and you'd like to, just send me an email and I will send you an invitation to join. I know majority of you have completed that, but it's a good way for you to get to know some of your fellow travelers prior to departure. So, all right. This is being recorded. So if we cover something that you don't quite remember, I will send you a link, probably more than likely tomorrow, and it will include the recording so that you can review that again if you had forgotten something. All right, so next I want to introduce our host for this tour. His name is John Fry, and he is a classical archaeologist specializing in Greek and Roman architecture. He serves as the associate professor in the MSU Department of Art History and Design within the College of Arts and Letters, and as the director of the Michigan State University excavation at Isthmia in the Corinthian region of Greece. Each summer, John leads a study abroad program that integrates archaeological research with art and design. And in 2024, he hosted our alumni tour in Egypt. John, would you like to say a few words?
Thanks, Regina. That's quite the introduction. Hi, everybody. Like Regina said, I'm John. I teach over in art history, and design. I've been doing classical archaeology now for, I think my first time in Greece was back in '93. So we're well over 3 decades of work in Greece and various places. I've done some digging in Egypt, on Crete, and a couple of the Greek islands, and so I'm just really happy to be able to see this part of the Mediterranean with you all. And so I'm kind of excited about this trip. And so if you have any questions for me, I'm happy to answer, but I'm going to sit back and listen to the great presentation.
Yes, yes. And he will be presenting during the cruise.
That's right.
So there is a list that has been sent from Go Next, and I've also sent you the list of the different the different activities that are occurring during the cruise. So you'll see it there. Okay, next I want to introduce Emily Dean. She is a client service manager at Go Next. And I've been working with her for a number of years now. She's fantastic. And take it away, Emily.
Perfect. Thanks, Regina, and welcome everybody. Like Regina said, I'm going to talk a little bit about the cruise. I'm going to beginning, middle to the end. Most of the stuff that I'm going to talk about will have been in some final documents that were sent out to you guys. So don't need to probably take a lot of notes. But final docs were sent on March 31st, and they were sent via email. So if you did not receive something from GoNext with the subject line final docs, please let us know, and then we will get them to you. Final docs are sometimes held up by some multiple different reasons, but if you didn't receive them, let me know and I will get them to you. In the final documents, you will have an Oceania Cruise summary. The Oceania Cruise summary has a lot of good information on it. You can take a screenshot of it, print it out, bring it with you, just a couple pieces of paper. It tells you your flight information if you booked with Oceania. It tells you what port you're going to be in each day, along with, arrival and departure, your excursions, dining, transfers. So it's just everything for your cruise is on there. Also, if you're on our pre or our post cruise, there would be an attachment for that with a little more details, telling you about what you're going to be doing in each city. There's quite a few of you actually on the pre-cruise. So it's a rundown of what you guys are going to be doing. And when you get to the hotel, there'll actually be program managers there with a whiteboard. And on the whiteboard, they break down each day specifically, like breakfast is open at this time. You're going to get on the bus and then, come back at a certain time. So it'll be more broke down when you get to the actual hotel. The next document is our general information. The general information, it just has some reminders. It introduces you to the program managers. Your program managers for this trip is Megan and Lucia. Both very good. Megan's been with us for a lot of years. She's probably done close to 200 sailings, so she knows a lot. Transfer information is on here also, but the most important piece of this is on the front page. It is the emergency phone number for Go Next. This is to be used on your day of travel. If you have any trip interruptions or if your flight changes, you're going to want to reach out to this phone number and let us know. Even if you're booking your own flights, if you've booked your own flights, I should say, we still want to know where you're at, just so we know, to track your flight and to see if you've boarded the ship. The phone number I'm referring to is the 612-802-5560. This is an agent that will be responding to your call. It's a cell phone, so it's just one person taking the phone call. So if they don't answer and you've already like made your change directly with the airline or you need help making a change, you can leave a voicemail. Or like I said, if you've made the change on your own, just go ahead and send them your name, the new flight information, and this will help. Like if you're on our pre-cruise, we need to know what your new flights are so we can be there to pick you up. Because if we don't know your flight's changed, then we won't know what time to come get you. So if any trip interruptions, call that phone number. Once you have, if your flight is delayed at all and your luggage is delayed, I'm sorry, if your luggage is delayed, make sure you file a claim at the airport before you leave. So if anything happens, file a claim. That'll help us find your luggage faster, and the concierge on board or the pre-cruise people. We have local staff that are at the hotel with us that would help if anything is delayed. As far as packing, people do ask about packing. If you're bringing two suitcases, it's always nice to put a little of each in both suitcases if one were to be delayed. Otherwise, if you're just bringing one suitcase, I always bring an extra outfit or maybe a change of shoes into my backpack, just again in case something gets delayed. Prescription medication is a big one. If you guys are on something that you definitely need, bring it in your carry-on. It needs to be in the original pill bottle for TSA. I'm not saying anybody's ever been stopped, but that is just what the requirements are, so they know what you have in the bottles, and then you don't get stopped, and then they take it. People also carry with a list of their prescriptions, the name of the drug, and the milligrams that you're on in case you need to get a pharmacy. Pharmacies are everywhere where you guys are going, so program manager could help you if you guys forgot something or need something, they could help you. Check with your cell phone provider to see if you have international coverage. Some people are like, oh, I don't need my phone when I'm gone, but you just never know when you need it, especially if you're changing planes in an international city and your flight's delayed and you need to reach out and call us. So it's always good just to have it. I add it for, the day you guys leave and then maybe a day extra on the end. So call your cell phone provider. It's usually like $10 a day and you can add it for just that period of time. Maybe it's a little more, just depending on who you guys have your carrier with. Another person to alert would be your bank and your credit card company. Just let them know what they require. Usually it's the dates of travel and which country you're going to. And now we're going to go to, so once you've landed in your destination, like I said, if your luggage is delayed, collect a ticket from the airport. Everybody's going to do the same thing, whether you're going on the pre-cruise or if you're going to the ship or if you're going on your own. You're going to go through passport control, collect your luggage, and then go through customs. You're going to exit the baggage claim area and you're going to look for Go Next staff if you're on our pre-cruise. The Go Next staff will have a fluorescent sign, usually like pink or orange, but it's fluorescent and it says Go Next on it. So look for them. And if you guys are coming and going to the ship, you're going to look for an Oceana sign. They will have a white sign and usually it has a big blue on it that says Oceana. And if you guys are going on your own, you would just look for the ground transportation sign for a taxi, Uber, Lyft, something, and it'll point you to the right area that you need to go. For Oceana, they have a large motor coach. It's kind of like a hotel shuttle. So if you don't see it right away, don't panic. But if you've waited longer than 10, 15 minutes, go ahead and give that phone number a call and we will let them know that you guys are there. Our Go Next pre-cruise, they usually are smaller sedans or sprinter vans, depending on what time you guys are coming in. So don't look for a big bus if you guys are coming in for the pre-cruise. Now, once you've reached the ship, you're going to check in with Oceana. You guys have probably already done your online check-in, and if you haven't, you will be getting an email shortly. You just check in online. This just speeds up the process. You'd give them a credit card, your photo ID. If you cannot get any of that uploaded, do not worry. You can do it all at the pier. So once you get to the pier, you're going to hand them your luggage, anything that you want to keep with you, depending on what time you guys arrive. If it's early, your cabins might not quite be ready. So if you're like, oh, I need to take a certain medication, or I want to bring my book or my laptop, so keep that with you and then give them your luggage. Your luggage then will be brought to your room. They will then issue you a world card. The world card acts as a lot. It's gets you on and off the ship. It gets you into your room, and it's like your credit card. So if you went to the spa, ordered a bottle of wine, depending on what you're doing at the shops, this will be your form of payment. Oceana is a cashless cruise line, so this will work for everything you buy on board. Like I said, your rooms might not be ready, but when the rooms are ready, the captain will make an announcement, let you know that you can get into your rooms, and it'll be like deck 7 is ready. Then you guys will go to your cabins. Once you get to your cabins, if you don't see your luggage, don't panic. They have a lot of suitcases to bring up. It will be there. As long as you brought it to the check-in spot, it will get to your room, but it might not be there if you get to your room right away. Also, when you get on board the ship, if your room isn't ready, feel free to explore anywhere you want to go. Just wander around. The Terrace Cafe will also be open for lunch, so go ahead and grab some lunch. Program managers, they will have a desk there, so feel free to stop by and say hi if you haven't met them. So if you're on the pre-cruise, you will have already met them, and then you will get your name badges and lanyards there. And if you haven't met them, feel free to stop by the desk. They are on deck 5, and they would have your name badge there. And if you don't have time, don't feel like it, you'll get your name badge at the Go Next reception. So you can do that then. Now, in your cabins for Oceania, each stateroom has two 110 volts, two 220s, and a USB-C. So if you guys are going on the pre-cruise, you guys will need an adapter, depending on what you're using. You know, if you're bringing a curling iron, you might need a converter. But the adapter for your cell phone and most CPAPs, you can just use an adapter. So if you need, if you're going to the pre-cruise, make sure you have one. You can buy them on Amazon for like $20, a universal one. In your cabins also, you will have hair dryers, robes, slippers. They have a really large Gulf umbrella. So if you get closer to the weather and it looks like it's going to rain, maybe bring a small little compact one to bring with you. Another thing in the cabins, Oceana, if you guys have ever been on a cruise before, cruise ships used to give out plastic water bottles as you get off the ship to go on a shore excursion. Oceana no longer does that. They provide you a water bottle in your cabin. They have water in your cabin too with a craft, and your cabin steward will fill that up. And they also have filling stations throughout the ship. So that will be the water bottle that you would take off for shore excursions. You can bring your own if you want, but they do provide one. In your cabin, also TV. There's lots of information on the TV. It's not just TV. There's you can see your invoice on there. I highly suggest checking your invoice, you know, every other day just to make sure there's not a charge that's not yours. Daily activities are on there. If there was a lecture, they're going to replay the lecture on there. Menus for that evening are going to also be on there. So it's just more than a TV. So I just want to point that out. Also in your room is internet. Each cabin has two internet, so you can use two devices. If you have more than two devices, though, you'll have to share passwords and stuff and log out of the other one before you log into the next one. Internet is they do have Starlink, so it is a good internet on board. However, if you guys are out further or if there's any obstructions, you might not have the best connection and you can upgrade. So depending on what you want to do on board, like a stream like this with all of us might not be able to be possible. But if you're just checking emails and basic stuff, you will be fine. You can upgrade your package with reception if you're interested. But like I said, I would get on board, check out, see what you need, and if you think you need more, I've never needed more. However, if you need to, back a couple days ago when Final Four was all happening, people had to upgrade and buy the streaming package so they could watch the game. So there is that. So there are certain things that people do upgrade for. Another thing in your cabin, every night you're going to get a daily newsletter. It's called The Currents. It'll come out at turn down service. And this has a lot of good information on it. It has what port you're going to be in the next day, the weather, activities for the next day, like when's trivia or high tea, if there's a lecture on board, all that stuff will be in the daily currents. It also tells you what time you're coming into port and what time you need to be back on the ship. And it has emergency phone numbers. So, like if you're out exploring on your own and something happens and you need to call the ship, there's a number on there to call. So, it's not that big. It's like a piece of paper, maybe 4 pages. So, take a picture, at least of the emergency phone numbers, or put it in your backpack. It's easy to carry. Another thing in your cabin is shore excursion tickets. Shore excursion tickets will be on the vanity in an envelope. They're for the entire cruise, so make sure you check through them and have all the tickets that you should have. And if you're waitlisted for anything, check to make sure that something might have cleared once you get on board. So if something did clear and you now have two shore excursion tickets for that day, make sure you let the destination services desk know which one you want, and they'll cancel the other one so you're not charged for it. So those tickets will be on your vanity. And in the corner of the ticket, if you just want to put an MS, that stands for Michigan State. And what that'll do is every morning in the Marina Lounge, our program managers will be at the front. So they'll be at the front with a Go Next desk, and then right next to them will be an Oceana desk. So you take your ticket for the day, go into the lounge, and then they will call your tickets, the sites of wherever you guys are going. You go up and then you bring them your ticket and they will see the MS on it. And if there's anybody else from Michigan State, they will put you on the same bus with them. And if there's not other Michigan State people on it, you will be with other Go Next passengers on that bus. So, and then once your ticket number is called, they will go ahead and you guys will disembark the ship and start your tour. Let's see here. So that's shore excursions. Dress code on board the ship. It's called Country Club Casual. And what that means is it means no shorts, jeans, or flip-flops in the specialty restaurants or the grand dining room. They do have a new rule for jeans. Now they call them smart jeans. So if your jeans are dark and they look, I would say probably look more like dress pants, they're fine. They just don't want stonewashed or anything old looking for jeans. So dark, sharp jeans are fine, they say. People ask me, do people dress up? There are no formal nights, but sometimes people dress up for the captain's night. It's strictly whatever you guys are comfortable with. Men do not have to wear jackets. Some people do wear jackets. Again, some people wear them just to add a layer for if you tend to get chilly, because depending on, if you get cold, you might want to have a little something on. The rest of the ship is casual. Shore excursions casual, unless you noticed on your shore excursion description that something has to be covered. In the description, we would tell you if you had to wear something specific. So otherwise, the rest of the ship casual, off the ship casual. Wear comfortable shoes. I always say to dress in layers. The mornings start out cool, but as the day goes on, you won't be, if you're on a shore excursion, you won't be able to go back and change. So dress in layers, a light coat. I did look at the weather. It's still, a couple weeks out, but weather looked like it would be about mid 60s. So some places were a little higher. I didn't really focus on the rain. There was a couple days, but I know the weather can change like tomorrow. Anyways, so check the weather before you go to see what you need. Um, let's see here. I was going to go over your events. Like Regina said, the events were emailed out. We will also, it's looked like oh, sorry. And we will pass one of these out on board also. So you don't need to write this down. So the first night is our Go Next reception. This is where, if you haven't met the program managers, you will meet them. They will do a little introduction. You guys will sit in your Michigan State area. All schools will be there together the first night, and they will tell you what they are there to do. And the program managers are like your onboard concierge. They're there to do whatever you need. If you have an issue, let them know right away and we can get it fixed. There's almost nothing that we can't get fixed when you're on board. Oceana, Michigan State, and Go Next, we've been partners for a very long time. And if you're not happy, we're not happy. So definitely let us know. But program managers, like I said, there to do absolutely anything. It's an open bar and canapes for an hour at 5:30 in the Horizons Lounge. The next night is the captain's reception. Not sure what time it's going to be. This will be listed in your currents depending on the captain and where they're sailing. It usually happens around 6:30. The captain's reception is at any bar on board the ship. But if you want to see the show with the officers and stuff and who the people are, that'll be in the lounge. And then on the 23rd, we're going to have a Michigan State reception for you guys in Horizons Lounge. And then on the 25th, we're going to have a dinner for you guys. And if you're going to wear school colors, this is a good night to wear school colors. We will meet at the grand staircase, have a flag. We'll take your picture. We'll send that picture to Regina. And then we will bring you to the grand dining room for dinner that night. And then on April 26th, John's going to do a lecture. So watch for that in the currents also. And everybody's invited to that. So you guys go ahead and grab your seats. It's from 4:30 to 5:30 on the 26th. So those are the events. Like I said, we will go ahead and give you a sheet when you get on board also. For laundry, they do have laundry on board. So for this ship, it's on deck 7 through 11, and it is included in your cruise fare. So if you want to do laundry, soap, dryer, sheets, and the use of them is included. If you want somebody to do your laundry for you, they do offer a service also. And depending on what category you're in, if you're in a concierge or higher, you do get so many pieces a day that they will launder for you. For this ship, Terrace Cafe, when you get on board, it's deck 12 if you guys want to have some lunch. And the restaurants on this specialty dining are Polo, Toscana, Red Ginger, and Jacques. If you guys haven't made dining reservations yet, go ahead and give our agents a call and we can help you make dining reservations. Or if you're going to wait till you get on board, it might not be the night you want, but you can always ask. In the Terrace Cafe, they have a maitre d' that every morning that you can talk to about reservations. And also when you get on board the ship, there's usually somebody right in the main area that will talk to you about reservations. So if you met a friend and you're like, oh, we just met the Smiths and we want to dine with them, can we dine on this night? And they will then look to see if you guys can get together or if you need to make changes when you're on board. So it's very important. Same with shore excursions. If you need to cancel something, just make sure you're canceling dining or shore excursions because this opens up for other people also. People maybe have noticed that when you do dining, it seems like, oh, I can't get in till 9:30 and I don't get the night that I want. And if that happened to you, it might be because you only wanted a two-top table. I just say this always because sometimes people are like, oh, I couldn't get in till 9:30, but two tops are they're not very many in each restaurant. So if you wanted to call us and we could check to see like if you opened it up to say would dine with anybody, that opens it up and you could probably get in at 6:30 or even 7 and maybe on a different night. So if you do have any dining requests, just feel free to call our agents and they can help you. For disembarkation, they will send a letter. It's probably about 3 to 2 days before you depart. They just want to reconfirm the flights that you're on to make sure nothing's changed because they will base your disembarkation on your return flight. I do see that a couple people are going to be on the post cruise, so you guys will all disembark. You'll write that you are going on the Go Next post cruise and what hotel you're staying at, and then they will schedule you a time. And for people with flights, they will base that on your flight times. So the night before, you guys will put your luggage outside the cabin door and keep your carry-on with you with whatever you need to get ready for the next morning. And some people don't want to give their suitcase away or put it outside. That's fine also. You just will be responsible for bringing it down with you to the lounge. So you can keep it, but they will take your luggage and bring it down into a holding area. The morning of disembarkation, you'll go to the lounge. They'll read your ticket. They'll say Blue 7, and you guys will then disembark when they call your ticket number. When you get down for the disembarkation, it's kind of like a luggage carousel. You will look for your flag, Blue 7, and then you guys have to go and physically grab your luggage. We will help you with it no matter where you're going, taxi, go next post, or just a transfer. We will help you get it to that. We just need you to claim your luggage so we know that it's yours to get it onto the right area. I did not go over, some people ask, and I just remembered this, tipping for shore excursions. Again, this is up to you. People ask, and so for the suggested amounts for the areas that you guys are going to, if you thought the tour was good, if you could like the content, you understood the guide. Full day tour, guide $5, driver 3. Half day tour, guide 3, driver 2. Um, Currency, like I said, the ship is cashless. Currency over there is the euro. Um, you can take small amount of euros if you want. You wouldn't have to. 98% of the places out there take credit cards. So if you think that you're gonna like go to a small shop or a food truck or something, you would probably need cash for that. So you can take out euros in advance at your bank. You could take them at a bank over there. On board also exchanges money. If you need to exchange money on board, it's like a 5% fee. So if you think you need it, most banks stateside, euros is a popular currency, so most of your banks should be able to get it if you wanted to take some. I think that is all I have. There was a lot, and I'm from Minnesota. I talk fast. I don't know why. So if we want to open it up for questions, I can answer questions, and if I don't have the answer, I'll find it. Let's see your chat.
So far, no questions.
Maybe they've sailed before on Oceania. So yeah, make sure you eat a lot of food if you've never been on Oceania before. Like their food, I love it. They have these chocolate croissants. I don't even like chocolate, but they're so good. And just the coffee on board. It's the sea bass. There's a lot of stuff. I need to get back
Yeah.
on board.
Yeah. So Emily did mention the four specialty restaurants. There's the Polo, which is steak and seafood, essentially. I think the furniture in there is like polo, a Ralph Lauren polo.
Mhm.
Then there's Toscana, which is Italian, which is very good. They also have Jacques, which is French food, and Red Ginger, which is quite a few people's favorite. And Emily mentioned if you like fish, the miso glazed sea bass is really excellent. Well, they have a lot of excellent things, but that's one
Yes,
that
I do.
people rave about. So anyway.
Um,
All right.
so I have one question. So
Yes.
regarding those restaurants, we got one each with our reservation. Uh, are we able, once we're on board, are we able to dine at one of those a second time?
Yeah, it never hurts to ask. So if they have availability, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Any other questions at all?
And can you say the tipping amounts again?
Oh yeah, so for a half day tour, a guide is $5 and a driver is 3. And for that was full day. Half day is guide $3, driver $2. And for your guys' sailing, the gratuities are covered on board. So that's part of the package. So you guys don't have gratuities on board. That
Yeah,
was
and
just
the
for shore excursions.
Got it.
yeah, the other included is the house beverage package, which includes, I think, is it beer and wine at lunch and dinner? Is that
So
correct?
yeah, they had a choice.
Oh,
Oh
they had
no,
a
it's not. No,
choice.
wait. No. Actually, I'm looking at it right now. Advantage off special offer. So yeah, they do get both for the sailing. Each sailing is different, so I always try to pull up our website. So yeah, this one you do get a house beverage package, which is nice. It's yeah, beer, champagne, wine at lunch and dinner. And then there was the shipboard credit per person that usually goes towards your shore excursions. Or if you didn't book shore excursions, it'll be there when you get on board.
Yeah, yes. And John will be joining you on some of the excursions too, hopefully. If you did sign up for some, he has been assigned to some as well. So get an opportunity to get to know him better, learn all about his
And
area of study.
Emily, one last thing. Anything unique about Oceania as far as any of the processes that we're going to be going through from other lines?
I think they all operate about the same. This is a little more luxury. So I feel like the staff on board and the ratio on board is higher than other cruise lines. So I feel like everybody knows you. I don't know why, or maybe they're just really like always, but some of them, like Megan, our program manager, she will know your name probably on day two. I don't know how she does it, but she's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah,
And you
incredible.
only have one tender port, so that's good. But yeah, no, nothing really different. The food, that's what they're known for. So if you guys are foodies, that is what they're known for is their food.
Yeah,
Um,
they're known for the comfortable beds too. So yeah,
oh yes, yeah, the
yeah,
tranquility beds, yeah.
yeah.
But in some places, people talk about them taking your passports. I've been on plenty of Oceania cruises, and I think if they need your passport, they will tell you in the currents and make an announcement, and then you would have to bring your passport down, depending on if that port is going to want to see them. But by looking at your ports, I don't think anybody's going to want to check your passports. So that's a big misconception that they take your passports at the beginning of the cruise. I always get to keep mine. I put it in my safe. I do not bring it with me. Do not bring it with you guys when you go on shore. If you want, you can make a copy of your passport, but I wouldn't bring the real one with you.
Yeah, yeah. And that's another thing in some of these cities, you have to be very careful of pickpocketers. So I don't recommend putting anything in your back pocket or, just try to keep it as safe as possible because those pickpocketers are really skilled at what they do. So
Yes.
yeah, they can distract you. One will distract you while the other one grabs your stuff. So you have to be very careful.
So sometimes when we're on a cruise, they suggest we leave our passport in our safe and take a photocopy when we leave the ship. Will that work here?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't even need a photocopy. It's just if you wanted to have one with you. But yes, leave your passport in the safe. Any of your valuables in the safe. Extra cash, whatever. I just leave everything in the safe.
Okay. And then on any of our ports, anything that pops in your mind that you absolutely need to do this, eat this, drink this.
Oh, that I don't know. I'm not for sure. Usually when I'm on board the ship, I'm working and, like doing the short excursions with you guys. So I just do what everybody else does. There is a market, I feel like in Portofino, like a farmer's market that I went to. And I liked ancient Pompeii. I don't know what you guys are doing for shore excursions, but ancient Pompeii was very cool for me. I loved it there.
Yeah.
Rome, I don't know if anybody's staying in Rome, but that is also Barcelona and Rome are both amazing cities. So depending on what you guys are all doing, I guess.
Yeah.
So
So just try to enjoy the food in Italy. It's so incredible. It's so incredible. So, yes. Really, I can't say that I've been to Naples. I think isn't Naples the home, the original home of pizza? I
pizza.
believe that. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what they say, yeah.
Yeah, so it's always good to try that. So, yeah, and I haven't been to any of the other ports of call. I've been to Barcelona and Rome too, and like Emily said, they're incredible cities. So, yeah, just enjoy. Yeah. Okay, any other questions? If not, please let me know, and I can either I'll be able to answer it, or I'll reach out to Emily and make sure that we get it answered for you. So,
Right. I'm
okay.
gonna jump I'm gonna jump
Yes,
off the call. So everybody have an amazing sailing and like Regina said, give us a call if you need anything.
yes. Thank
Have
you,
fun.
Emily, very
Yep, thank
much.
you.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so now I think what if you don't mind staying on, if you'd like to, we kind of go around the room and introduce yourself and say what your connection is with Michigan State and what you're looking forward to on this cruise. So I'm going to start with Dennis and Dorian.
You're muted.
I'm trying to
There you go.
unmute.
Yeah.
Um, Dennis and Dorian Bollinger. I graduated from Michigan State in 1973, and we're just looking forward to seeing this part of the world. We've been to Barcelona, but we haven't been to the other ports, so we're looking forward to that. And I'm really looking forward to Pompeii and the Trevi Fountain.
Good. Yeah. Hopefully you'll be able to get to the Trevi Fountain. Won't be real busy. The times I've been there, it's been quite crowded, but just try to muscle your way in so you can really see it. It's
We're
pretty.
taking that excursion afterwards, so we're supposed to take
Okay.
a visit under the fountain.
Oh, cool. That would be nice. Wonderful. Okay, Kathy, we'll start and go with Kathy next.
Hi. My husband and I are both going to be on the cruise. We actually did not go to Michigan State, but we moved to Okemos 30 years ago, so we feel like we are all Michigan State. So we get these Go Next flyers like every week for the past few years, so we finally said, let's just go.
Good.
So we're really excited.
All right, wonderful. All right, Bob Blackwood.
Hi, my wife Susan and I'm a Sparty. She's a Boilermaker. So it's a tough NCAA tournament for both of us. But yeah, we're excited. We haven't been to some of the ports we're going to. Looking forward to Cinque Terre and Pompeii, Naples, Barcelona. Yeah, same thing. We've been getting these Go Next things for a while, and they finally wore us down. So we're looking forward to it.
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad you decided to sign up. Okay, we've got the Phillips.
Hello, this is Tom and Sue, and we've always swore that we would never do a cruise. So this will be interesting for
I
us.
hope it changes your mind. I was the same too.
Yeah, but so we're excited though. It all looks good so far. And but Sue can talk. I'm not a Michigan Stater. I'm University of Houston, but Sue's our Michigan Stater in the family.
I'm an 82 grad, and I'm really looking forward to Pompeii.
All right.
Yeah, I think Pompeii is our biggest. So yeah, maybe if John Fry goes there, that would be good. Give us some.
Yeah, we're hoping to get John on. Right now he's waitlisted. So yeah.
Oh,
But
kick somebody
we're
off.
hoping something will open up. He's gonna try. He's gonna try. All right, and we've got Carrie next.
My parents are Dennis and Dorian Bollinger.
Oh,
So
okay.
my husband and I will be attending the trip, but neither of us went to Michigan State.
It's quite all right. It's quite all right. Happy to have you. Okay. And John, would you like to say any more?
No, I hope Tom can pull some strings and get me on the or we're gonna have to find some way to encourage somebody already on the tour, somebody not from Michigan State, right, to sit on the boat for us. So
Yeah, I could kick Sue off, but that would cause a marital discord. So that wouldn't be good.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you again for joining this meeting, and I hope you're looking forward to it. I wish you wonderful, wonderful time. And again, if you have questions, let me know. And go green, everyone.
Go white.
Take care.
Right.
All right.
Thanks, Regina.
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks, John.
see you, Regina.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Mhm.